Zubeen Garg are currently taking place, and his body has in fact reached the cremation site at Kamarkuchi. And what we are being told is that Zubeen's sister is all set to perform the last rites. Those visuals speaking 1,000 words, as you can see. That's the kind of fan following that Zubeen Garg commanded. As you can see, all of the city of Guwahati and perhaps his fans from across the country have flocked in large numbers to pay their last homage to the legendary singer. Preeti Priyadarshini joins me with more inputs. Preeti, we're being told that the post-mortem also has been conducted. As we can see, even Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma paying his tribute to the legendary singer. But take us through what's happening right now.
As of now, people have gathered there to perform the last rites of the legendary singer Zubeen Garg, as you have mentioned. But about this place, as you have also mentioned about the place Kamarkuchi, that was the place, interestingly, in 2014, while he was coming back from a performance, Bihu program. He was coming back, and that is the same place he rested. There was a photographer who captured a moment which has also gone viral. This was the same place where his last rites were taking place, and the place is chosen by the government because there was a need of a large plot, and which had to be near the Guwahati city, because his father is a senior citizen. He cannot walk or cannot travel for a longer distance to perform the last rites or see him for the last time. So it was decided that his last rites will be done somewhere near the city, nearby Guwahati, and which is why this place has been chosen. And lakhs of people, Akanksha, lakhs and lakhs of people have gathered while he came back from Singapore. Also, we saw the sea of people, like over 20 lakhs of people gathered in order to just see the singer for the last one time. And one more point is that he was not actually just a singer for the state. He was like a son to every household. He was like a brother to every sister. He was like a friend. He was even those people who never even met him from very close. Even to those people, he was like a family member.
So Preeti, it's interesting that you highlight that popularity, which of course was not just limited to the fact that he was known for his melody, which he gifted not just to the state of Assam, but to the entire country. But what is it that made him such a legend, and what in fact ensured such kind of popularity that spanned across generations, not just the Gen Z or the youth? You're looking at people from all across various generations which have now stepped out to pay their homage and tribute to Zubeen.
Akanksha, even while narrating the answer that you are asking, I'm getting goosebumps. So he's like that kind of a person. Even remembering like what he was is an emotion for every Assamese. And while answering the question that why he was such a person that so much loved by the people of Assam. The first thing is that he belonged to the people. Like, although he was a legendary singer, very, very popular, you can say the most popular singer of this time. After Bhupen Hazarika, he was the only popular singer, the most popular singer of Assam. Although we have other singers, but Zubeen Garg was much above just a singer, because he belonged to the people. Every Bihu function, every performance, every song that he did, every song that he recorded, he was always with the people. His childish nature, he was very much a childlike person, did whatever he wanted to do. Like when there is something wrong going on, he needs to put up his voice for the people. He did not think about the society he did not fear about the society which will maybe say about its typical nature, which will say about its norms. He always said what people wanted for the society. Number one. Number two was that he was everywhere. In Guwahati, if I speak about Guwahati, he was in Ganeshpuri, he was in Chanmari, he was in every single place. He is still there in every single place. But he used to roam around the city and used to help people. See, there are a lot of bites coming in where we have seen small children crying and saying that they will be going to see Zubeen Garg for the last time. And why, it was asked. They said that we used to see Zubeen Garg roaming here in our locality when he gifted us a pair of boots, like football boots. That the child who was speaking was a person who belonged to a very poor family. And there are so many hundreds and thousands of people. There was a insane person, a lunatic in the roads of Guwahati, which video has also gone viral. He once told Zubeen Garg that you are mad. The person was telling Zubeen Garg in the middle of a midnight that you are mad, and Zubeen Garg said, yes, I am.
Stay with me, Preeti, because I can see that Union Minister Kiren Rijiju has also paid homage to the legendary singer. And what we can tell you is that even Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma paid his homages, as Preeti has also been highlighting that ever since the news of Zubeen passing away in Singapore broke out on 19th of September, there's been a beeline of fans, lakhs of them in fact turning up in Guwahati alone. Over there, as you can see, all of the dignitaries now emerging to pay their last their homage as far as the last rites of Zubeen take place. His body, his mortal remains wrapped in a traditional Assamese gamosa. The cortege, in fact, being accompanied by the fans of Zubeen Garg, as Preeti has been highlighting, such is the popularity that he commanded on the ground level because of his interactions. He was rooted deeply with the people of Assam. And if I may quickly go back to Preeti, let's also discuss the need for a second post-mortem. Remember, the message coming out from the Assam Chief Minister was that even though he doesn't endorse the idea of a second post-mortem, he has consented for it, and that a post-mortem report in Assam can't be as good as that of Singapore. But why has there this need been felt for a second post-mortem?
Yeah, Kangsha, first point is that there are tips and bits of videos that are coming out in rounds. We have seen the first video coming from Singapore from the incident. Then again a second video came in. Then again a third video coming in. And in every video, the curiosity of the people are rising because it is very clearly seen that Zubeen Garg was totally unwell. He did not take his medicines. He had epilepsy. He had seizure attacks. And his manager definitely knew that he had seizure attack previously, and it was very, very severe seizure attack. Doctor had advised him to stay away from water and fire when his manager took him to the sea, took him to the water for swimming. And without medicines, without advice of a physician, without having a proper doctor in the boat, how could they take a legend like a singer like Zubeen Garg on with them for a swimming? And after that, those videos which have come up clearly shows that the singer was very unwell and he did not want to go for the swimming. But the manager and also another musician, there were two people, Siddharth Sharma and Shekhar Goswami, Shekhar Goswami was his musician and Siddharth Sharma was his manager. So his manager and his musician, both very close to, like we can say, they were his right and left hands of Zubeen Garg. They very well knew that he was unwell the day before he did not take his medicine. So why was this kind of negligence being done? And when somebody is objectively doing a negligence, people definitely will have a suspicion that why was this? When the last swimming was done, there is a third video that came in where we have seen Zubeen Garg was swimming to a faraway place and he was struggling for the swim. And he was struggling for the swim. Still his manager was at a distance and watching Zubeen Garg. Until his musician friend Shekhar Goswami said that please come here. And the CPR was given by someone in the boat, not a doctor, which definitely says that they did not have a doctor in the boat. So this is sheer negligence on the part of the manager and also his musician friend and those people who were on the boat.
Stay with me, Preeti, because let me also take our viewers through what's happening right now. Dignitaries turning up from Assam, and in fact, Union Minister Kiren Rijiju was also spotted over there paying his tributes to the singer, and as has also been done by the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. This is in Kamarkurchi, which is on the outskirts of Guwahati, where his mortal remains have been brought for the last rites. Remember, this is being done with full state honours being bestowed upon the late Zubeen Garg. There will also be a gun salute in a while from now before Zubeen's mortal remains are cremated. And on that note, let me also bring in Niloy Bhattacharya, who's also joining me on the phone. Niloy, if you could take us or take that point forward, which was being made by Preeti just some seconds ago, when you're talking about the possibility of a foul play. There's a reason why the CID has now been involved.
Definitely, yes. The second autopsy, though the reports are not out, we spoke to the doctor. So he said that the viscera is intact, the organs are intact inside, because non-invasive autopsy was done in Singapore. Now, as Preeti has mentioned, that there are three videos, in fact, where of Singapore in the Lazarus Bay, island where team went. Assam Association Singapore, and Zubeen Garg, his manager, his musician, his cousin brother, all were there. And Zubeen Garg went to the sea. He first swam with the life vest, and then the second time he again jumped into the sea. And as Preeti also mentioned, that there is a sheer negligence. That negligence question aspect is there, and whether it is a culpable homicide or not, whether there is any foul play. And whether Shamkanu Mahanta, the organizer of Northeast Festival in Singapore, he was solely responsible for the team. He should have known. He should have because when we called Shamkanu Mahanta, he was in a meeting when the incident took place. Zubeen was quite far away. And Shamkanu said that, no, I'm not very aware, I'm in a meeting, so I have heard something and I'll be rushing off. So this is a sheer, very, 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 very loose comment made by Shamkanu Mahanta up there. So definitely, yes, Shamkanu Mahanta is brought into the ambit, the manager is brought into the ambit of suspicion, the musician, his cousin brother, and another respectable personality from the state. So the four persons have been named and fired, and investigations have been given to CID. The CID shall initiate investigation. If needed, police team shall go to Singapore. And definitely, yes, because, see, the negligence is a major part, like negligence since when? And whether this negligence was deliberate or not, because medicines were not given. Now, the manager knew that Zubeen Garg needs to take his medicines every day, essentially. And Zubeen Garg was not given his medicine. And, why the medicines were not given? If the medicines were not given, then why allow him to even go into the water? Like, everyone was there. Everyone could have stopped him. It's not like that Zubeen wouldn't have listened to them. Though Zubeen has led life and lived life in his own terms and his own way. So definitely they could have stopped him.
All right.
Because everybody was dependent on Zubeen Garg. Zubeen Garg
Niloy, just to also quickly keep our viewers clued into what's happening right now. We know that various dignitaries are in fact paying their last, tributes to the legendary singer. But who all are present? We've seen Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, even former Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal.
Now we see on the screen, that is the Cultural Minister of Assam, Bimal Bora, leading a senior citizen and a renowned artist of the state to lay his wreath. Prior to this, the Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sarma, three union ministers, including Sarbananda Sonowal, Kiren Rijiju, and Pavitra Margareta, also pledged to repay tributes. Kiren Rijiju was asked by the Prime Minister yesterday in Arunachal Pradesh to represent him and the nation, paying floral tributes to the departed soul. And likewise, there are 75 persons who would actually go there, pay their tributes. And on the screen you see is Dipidas, very renowned singer, and he is being led by the State Minister for Cultural Affairs, Bimal Bora. And after that, there is the state honors, and after state honors, he shall be laid to rest. Two very interesting fact about this place. You have mentioned Kamarkuchi. This is actually a cremation ground. And it is a 10 bigha area which the government of Assam cleared. Now today we got a picture of Zubeen Garg in a renowned magazine of Assam 12 years back. A photograph of Zubeen Garg sitting against a rock, and a silhouette picture was on the front page. Now that picture Zubeen Garg took while he was returning from Jorhat to Guwahati. He actually has taken the picture in this very place on a rock, which now is cleared off. It was a jungle. And today, eventually, and it's destiny that his cremation is done in the very same place. Plus, the pyre has been taken up by sandalwood of the tree which Zubeen Garg had planted. So a portion of the tree has been taken there and makes up the pyre for Zubeen Garg. So Zubeen Garg also wished, and he said that like when I die, the state shall be come to a standstill for 7 days. In fact, it did. It did for 6 days. Nothing is working. Everything stands still. He said that when I die, you see, the entire state will come together. Definitely, Guwahati saw that, the world saw that, the nation saw that, and more than 9 to 10 lakh people gathered in Guwahati. It's everywhere, people everywhere singing a song on the streets and just want to have a glimpse of their beloved singer. And that is the kind of life he has led, and it's very few, very handful people who can actually enjoy this kind of a support, this kind of love.
Absolutely. It's very apparent from the visuals, as you can see, lakhs of people from across the state and perhaps from across the country have also arrived in Guwahati today in Kamarkuchi village, which happens to be the late singer's native village as well. And if I could also quickly go back to Preeti, who continues to stay with us. Preeti, if you could take us through the kind of popularity that he commanded and the visuals that we are getting in. Is that Zubeen's father, Preeti, that we can see on the screen?
Yes, that is Kapil. That is his father. You can see him on screen. But the point that you have raised about his popularity, Akanksha, maybe this is the last time. This is the last time that regardless of someone in the government, someone in opposition, someone who is a young person, someone who is an old lady, someone a child, someone who has not listened to any other songs, maybe just of Zubeen Garg, and someone who has always been into music, regardless of everyone, even surrendered militants, I'm telling you, even those people have come up together. They have all gone mad. Talking about the trees, right? We have spoken about how this cremation now will be done with the last rite will be performed with a piece of a tree that he planted. He used to hug trees. He used to embrace trees, and there are photographs of Zubeen Garg where he went for Bihu performances in places in Upper Assam where they used to plant trees in name of Zubeen Garg. There is still a tree in Sepon. Sepon is a place in Upper Assam, and there is a huge Bihu function that takes place. And in that place, they still have a tree which has written in it that anyone who tries to harm the tree, there will be strict action taken against that person. And this is being done by the people in Sepon, not someone in authority. So he was in every place, in Tinsukia, in Dibrugarh, in Sepon, in Sibsagar, in every, not just in Guwahati. Guwahati he has lived for a longer time. But yes, again here, we have to mention about his sister, Jonki Thakur. So his biggest tragedy in life was about Jonki Thakur. Now people are also talking that now maybe they will meet because they want to have some kind of hope. Even after Zubeen Garg leaving Assam, Zubeen Garg leaving his life, Zubeen Garg leaving the world, they are still saying that maybe they will meet. Because Jonki Thakur, who was his sister, died in an accident after coming back from a live performance with Zubeen Garg, and that was the biggest tragedy he carried all along in his life. After his mother's demise.
Absolutely. In fact, that's what people say, that, you know, the number of people that turn up for your funeral to bid goodbye is just a living testimony to how popular or how famous or what a good human being you were, perhaps. And that is the case with Zubeen Garg also today, what we are witnessing right now. Preeti, what also stands out is his popularity and the fact that he was able to also blend Assamese folklore with, say, pop and rock is what also sort of ensured that he could, you know, resonate with generations from across, not just the Gen Z or the millennials, but even the elderly. Everybody was in love with Zubeen Garg. Take us through what made his music so special that it resonates till today, so much so that from BBC to New York Times, everybody is writing about it.
Definitely. See, when he came in, the era that Zubeen Garg entered into the music industry, that era was different. We used to listen to other artists like Bhupen Hazarika. There was a fan following for Bhupen Hazarika, which is still there, but that was the only wave that was flowing throughout Assam. Mohendra Hazarika, Bhupen Hazarika, there was a different kind of a musical taste that was going on. And then entered Zubeen Garg. The time he entered, he had long hair. He was a different kind of a person than people used to think about a singer. For a person to be a singer in Assam, it was more like you will have to be very, very traditional. You have to always pay respect to everyone. But Zubeen Garg was always about his music. He always was about his music, and then through his music, he became people's Zubeen. Through his music first, he became a change to the musical taste of the people. It was, as you have stated, it was a mix of pop, it was a mix of traditional music with that, and then songs and lyrics, particularly lyrics, the modern lyrics that he brought into the music industry. There are lyricists who have worked with Zubeen Garg and have made very, very beautiful songs, who are legendary songs right now.
Stay with me, stay with me. Let me also bring in Niloy. Niloy, I think Zubeen has been the perfect epitome of how music can transcend boundaries. It was his voice that sort of united all of Northeast. He was also seen as a cultural phenomenon in this entire region, and perhaps it is he who explains best how art can actually transcend boundaries.
Definitely, 38,000 songs in 40 languages, 36 songs in one single day being recorded. Nobody else can do except for Zubeen. But you see, you pick up any small little tribe, he has sung for them. Be it Manipuri, be it Bishnupuriya Manipuri, be it Karmi, Maiti, any tribe, any community, he has sung. Not only in Assam, in Northeast, but he has transcended. He is equally popular in Kolkata, in Bengal. He is equally popular in Bollywood. He could have spent his life in Bollywood, but he decided to come back and sing for his people. So that he could have done lot, but he chose Assam. He chose his people. He chose to live here. He chose, and one amazing fact about Zubeen is that he can play any instrument. Give him any instrument. When he goes abroad for his tour, he comes back with a new instrument and shows everybody, and then he starts playing that instrument. And remember, this is being done by one person who has not got any formal training in music and singing. So
absolutely.
That is Zubeen.
And that's the kind of
Zubeen, and his high-pitched notes, like nobody can even dare to come close to that. And his pronunciation and his clarity, his baritone, like it's impeccable. I can't tell you, like it's that kind of a loss, irreparable loss. I believe when I am old, the new generation also will find it difficult to have somebody like him.
Assam's given Bhupen Hazarika, and now they will remember Zubeen Garg as as another legend who will go down in the annals of history. But having said that, if I could quickly bring our viewers to the visuals that are coming in, if you could take us through in how much time can we expect the funeral to take place with complete state honors. We are seeing there's a beeline of fans now also gathering in to pay their homage.
30,000 people have already gathered, 30 to 40,000 people, though the government have asked that the people not to come there if possible because the space is less. But
so what's the arrangement like on ground level, given that you're looking at a village right now which is away from Guwahati? What is the security arrangement like? This is an entire funeral which is being organized by the Assam police personnel.
Yeah, it's a government function. It's a government function, and the place is not very far from Guwahati. It's hardly 15 kilometers from Guwahati, and it's beside the National Highway 27. The entire National Highway has been blocked right from the entry point of Guwahati. So it's either you walk up till there, and people have been gathering there since midnight because they have been waiting for Zubeen, and this is the final adieu. And everyone's wish is to be there and bid their Zubeen and Zubeen Da Zubeen Garg, the final due. So it's there. The government has asked not all VIPs or all dignitaries to come there. They have selected a handful dignitaries and VIPs to be present there to lessen the crowd. And also, every possible way, not everybody is allowed inside the cremation ground. It's a 10 bigha area. So people from the highway are there. People have perched themselves on every possible top elevated areas, like in trees and so area buildings, where they can have a last glimpse of the beloved leader. But yes, things are moving fast. We expect that in another 1 hour's time, Zubeen Garg would be laid to rest. 4 persons have been identified, his near and dear ones, his family members, to actually lit the fire. And then an era would end.
Absolutely. In fact, what we are being told is that perhaps Zubeen's sister will also be lighting the funeral pyre. And of course, as we all know, he's also succeeded by his wife and his sister as well. But I quickly bring you in on the aspect of how the singer has been known to be a legend who was an institution in himself. And Niloy, perhaps you're the best person to answer this. How would you assess or describe his journey to the pinnacle of success, given that there was a void which was being felt after Bhupen Hazarika passed away, and how swiftly and how efficiently did he fill up that space?
If I take you through ages, it was Vishnu Prasad Rabha, a legendary singer who actually defined Assamese music. And then there was a void, and then came Dr. Bhupen Hazarika. Then Bhupen Hazarika took the legacy ahead. And after the Bhupen Hazarika, it's Zubeen Garg, born in 1972 in Jorhat. And from there, his first album in the early 90s, and there was no looking back. And be it traditional music, be it folk music, be it modern music, and Zubeen Garg was an avid reader. He was an avid reader. I still remember he brought a Spanish guitar from somewhere, and he was explaining the guitar to somebody. He was explaining the 16 strings and everything. And then suddenly somebody asked about the wood. He said that this particular wood, this particular wood comes from Oakland forest in California. I mean, you need that kind of a wood to have this guitar and have this the sound from the guitar. So she was not, as you rightly said, he is an institution. He knew everything. He was good in English. He was good in Hindi. He was excellent in Assamese. And so a versatile singer, like he defined Assamese, and he actually, on his shoulder, Assamese film industry, Assamese music industry reached the pinnacle. And now after him, because after this, it's from April, December onwards, the Bihu season starts, and April is the Bohag Bihu, and in Bohag Bihu there are stage Bihus, and each and every stage wants Zubeen Garg. This time, people now after this they will fill the void, but once it is Bohag, they will start again crying, because then Zubeen will be missed the most.
But he lives on in his music, and that's what
makes him He definitely
immortal.
lives on.
That's what makes him immortal. And of course, this year's Pujo and Bihu, everything's incomplete without him. I want to quickly bring in Preeti also. Preeti, no amount of popularity can take place till you resonate with the youth of the country, till you resonate with the so-called Gen Z of today. But what is it that made him so exceptional? Because remember, he's also been seen as not just a singer, but an emotion, an institution in himself, and so profoundly famous. In fact, famous is not even the word that can describe his popularity.
Famous is not the word that can describe his popularity, Akanksha. He was, as you have asked about why he was connected to the Gen Z, first because his songs are immortal. Like every generation will be able to connect with his songs. And now that he is no more, his songs are like, it is pinching everyone. Like how come all the songs feel like it was written about this day, it was written about him. It was always, but people felt like the songs were written about us. But now it feels like the songs are about him. It is so difficult. It is so difficult for the people of Assam even to listen to his songs. But the only But the only way to keep him with the people is about his songs. He will never die. He can never. Zubeen Garg can never go. He will always stay with the people of Assam. He will always stay as music. He will always stay as the sun, as the rain. In every natural phenomenon, people will miss
All right.
Zubeen Garg.
Preeti, stay with me. Let's also play out the visuals that are coming in. Lakhs of people have turned up in this village of where Zubeen Garg belonged to. It is the village of Kumakurchi is what we are calling it, in fact. But what I can tell you is that suddenly this village is now shot to fame because of the last rites of the famous late singer Zubeen Garg taking place. As you can see, the Assam police personnel are now all set to provide him a gun salute. He will be provided with a state honor. This after, in fact, all dignitaries from Assam, whether it is Sarbananda Sonowal, the former Assam Chief Minister, or even the current Assam Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sarma, even Union Minister Kiren Rijiju, all of them have turned up in full force to pay their last respects to the legendary singer. But as we can tell you, he has been seen as a singer who was in fact a legend, a maestro, a genius, because as Preeti and both Niloy have been highlighting that he sang in more than 40 languages and dialects in a career that spanned over 33 years. He will be missed and the void is going to be felt, but perhaps he lives on in that immortal music. All right, let's listen into what's happening. Cremated with full state honors at the Kamarkuchi village, which is roughly about 20 kilometers away from Guwahati, visuals of which you can see as the Assam police personnel have gathered in full force to provide Zubeen the ultimate farewell that the state can, with full complete state honors and a gun salute. In attendance, you can see Union Minister Kiren Rijiju accompanied by Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. In attendance is also Sarbananda Sonowal, who is a former Assam CM. In fact, Pavitra Margarita also in attendance over there. The gun salute is now taking place. The popularity, if you can hear all of those lakhs of fans chanting and singing, remembering the legendary singer through his music. Could it get more apparent than this? We'll try and reconnect with Niloy. But Niloy, I wanted to bring you in on the music right now that's resonating as all these fans, they're remembering him through his music.
Mayabini also. It's Mayabini also. It's Mayabini for the last 5 days. It has been Mayabini for all last 5 days, and in the final moments also it's Mayabini. And now his old coffin has been taken inside, and there the religious part shall be done, and all the rituals shall be done, and after there he shall be brought to the pyre. The all religious prayers are going on, and also I tell you that telling about Zubeen Garg, like it's the popularity, the people out here, it's not because only of his song. It is about his persona. It is about his connect. It is beyond class. You find him sitting on a roadside kiosk and having puri, and also entering inside five-star hotel with a bamuda and a chapel inside. He was carefree. He had no chains attached, and like he defied everything, and still people love him like crazy. And that is the popularity. When you talk about popularity, this is what popularity is all about.
Right.
This
I
is
just
what
want to ask you that. Do you think that his popularity, which went beyond or transcended the boundaries of music, was also perhaps to do with the fact that he was able to command that kind of political clout? If you look at it historically, internationally, we've seen Bob Dylan, Rolling Stones, Bob Marley, and in the latest you have Taylor Swift. These are all singers through their lyrics, through their music, who've been able to command political clout as well.
Definitely, yes. He not only through his music, like he had a very clear mind. Like when it comes to politics, he said that I'm beyond politics. I'm beyond politics. And on stage he has stated
so the
that
Assam police personnel over there lifting the coffin of Zubeen Garg, taking his last, his mortal remains to prepare for his funeral pyre. Let's, in fact, also listen into what's happening right now. We can tell you right now that Zubeen's mortal remains are now going to be placed on that funeral pyre. His coffin is being taken by the Assam police personnel, who are providing the late singer with complete state honors. He'll also be given a gun salute. Many of them, as you can see, have gathered on the stage. On the other hand, there are also the rituals being followed. What we can tell you is that in attendance are various dignitaries, from the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma to even Sarbananda Sonowal, the former Assam Chief Minister, along with Union Minister Kiren Rijiju. As you can see, there's been beeline is in fact an understatement. Lakhs and lakhs of, in fact, fans of Zubeen Garg have turned up. All right, I'm joined in by legendary singer Miss Usha Uthup. Ma'am, thank you for joining in on CNN News 18. What are your memories of the late singer? I know that calling him famous is going to be an understatement.
Calling him famous and saying late is going to be really bad for me, because I can't even believe it that he is no more. He is such a little boy. You can't even imagine that this is the end of his story, but actually it's not. It's quite the beginning when you see the outcry and the outpouring of people with grief in their hearts who have come to see a son of the soil of the Northeast and of Assam. I mean, just look at it. You can't even believe that there are so many lakhs and lakhs of people who have come to mourn him. It's just unbelievable. And I'm so happy for him that there are so many people to wish him goodbye, because I think that recognition is so important. So very important. He was a
Usha ji,
lovely...
as someone who's collaborated with him, what are your memories, and how would you remember him, not just as a singer, but as somebody who commands this kind of clout that we have only seen with other legends, say with the likes of Bob Marley, Bob Dylan, the Rolling Stones, and now him?
Oh, but he had his own style. I mean, he was, as I've said before, it's not a question of being good or bad, but how original. And he was truly original. As I keep saying, his swagger, his body language, the way he dressed, his style, he was truly iconic. I mean, he had that devil-may-care attitude, which was so marvelous. So marvelous. And I think it would have been, for so many people, they would have wished that they could be like that. Because he really was I won't say rebel. I would say he really loved Assam. He really loved the Ohomia people. And he really loved what the Northeast was doing. Yeah, and he was...
The person you are speaking with.
Ushaji, many are saying that he is in fact somebody who will be seen as an institution. Why do you say so? And why did he resonate with generations across the spectrum, from Gen Z to the millennials to your generation, all of them? All right, we'll try and reconnect with Ushaji right now, but as she was saying that he had a devil-may-care attitude, and he was not just seen as a rebel, but remember, Usha Uthup is someone who actually closely collaborated with Zubeen Garg. As you can see for yourself, lakhs and lakhs of fans from across Northeast have gathered today. He's been seen as a unifying force for the Northeast, a man who will not just be remembered as a legend, but an institution. The tears of all of the fans speaking 1,000 words. He remains immortalized by his music. We will continue to bring you the live and latest visuals from Guwahati in his native village, where Zubeen Garg is in fact being given state honours, a funeral replete with state honours, and he'll also be given a gun salute. We will keep bringing you all of that in just a bit. For now, we're slipping into a quick break. Stay tuned.